Awake my heart, waterspouts, waves, and billows. Deep calleth unto deep, at the noise of thy waterspouts. All thy waves and thy billows are gone over me. Psalm 42:7. Although David is not said to be the author of this psalm, we cannot doubt that it is from his pen. It bears the marks of David's style and experience in every sentence. Evidently, too, it refers to one of the most trying crises in his eventful life. It may well allude to the time when he had to flee the country from the insurrection movement of traitorous Absalom. In his whelming trouble, David imagined that all God's waves and billows had gone over him, and that every conceivable calamity had engulfed him. He was wrong. There has been only one who ever could truly say, "All thy waves and billows are gone over me," and he was the man of Calvary. All the waves and billows of suffering, indignation, and wrath did break over him as he bore the curse of the law in our stead. David's grief, however, was excessive enough. Not only did it seem as though all God's waves and billows had gone over him, he felt that the great deep of the sky above and the great deep of the sea beneath were calling to each other in some dread conspiracy against him. Deep calleth unto deep, just as they unite with each other in a terrifying waterspout. I have never seen a waterspout, but reports leave no doubt that they are strange and frightening phenomena. They are fairly frequent along the coast of the land where David lived. Apparently they are caused by palls of cloud overhanging the sea in windy or boisterous weather. Long funnels of black vapor are drawn down to the sea by the whirling of the wind. Then as these are driven whirling along by the wind, the swirling water beneath is caught up in sudden spiral motion and rushes along with a vapor spout above it. Dr. Thompson, the land in the book, says he often saw the water and the vapor actually unite in mid-air, then rush with loud noise toward the mountains, writhing, twisting, bending, like a huge serpent with its head in the clouds and its tail in the deep. It certainly was a vivid metaphor which David used. Deep calleth unto deep at the noise of thy waterspouts. Yet I think none the less that David was also suspecting a most comforting lesson in those answering deep of sea and sky. He was realizing that the deep of his own sorrow was calling to the replying of God's sympathy. As the verse following our text shows, those are two deeps which are ever calling to each other, the deep of our human suffering and the deep of the divine compassion. Sorrow-stricken Christian, think not that there is no answering sympathy from heaven. Calvary pledges that there is. The God who there suffered for us. Now read the psalm right through, especially noting verses 8 and 11. Why art thou cast down, O my soul? And why art thou disquieted within me? Hope thou in God, for I shall yet praise him, who is the health of my countenance and my God. Why did the eternal Son of God leave the glories of heaven for the ignominy of that felon's cross? Why did he bleed to redeem us? It was because the deep of our human need called to the deep of his divine compassion. And does not the deep of each individual anguish find answering call in the deep of his loving sympathy?